So we'll begin the session, sir. Maybe they'll join. Yes, sir.
Okay. Hi, good morning, all. So let me share my screen. Okay. So good morning, all. So today let us continue the lampshade drawing. So before that, let us complete the yesterday's the hook actually. So because we are create the hook, but we not completed the top portion actually. So let us complete this one and then let us proceed with the lampshade base. So with the help of freeform modeling. So now let me share my screen actually. My full screen. So is it audible?
Yes, sir. Your voice is audible.
Okay, fine, sir. So here, this is my screen now. Okay. So this is the portion we have to complete it actually. So let me move to the fusion registry. So actually this is a cylindrical portion. So we have to create the half cross section and then we have to revolve. Okay. So half cross section means we have to start from here and then have to make the sketch as my cursor moves. So in this way, we have to create our half cross section. Okay. So based on this center axis, we have to revolve that one. So let me go to the Fusion 360 and then make the similar sketch on the Fusion 360. Okay. So now let me move to the Fusion 360. So for creating the sketch, let us go ahead with the create sketch option in the create group of the solid tab. So let me click on create sketch option. So here I have to choose the plane. So which plane I have to choose it? So let me choose this XY plane actually. So let me choose this one actually. So on this area only I have to create my top portion. So let me click on the line. So before that I have to see if you work with the line option and then if you move around here, right, actually it shows. So the edge of the object it may be indicates actually. So there is no problem at all. So let us create our sketch, that is profile. So that should be the half cross section. So let me create the sketch as I denoted in the picture. So in this way, I have connected my sketch. So this is a closed profile actually, right? So press escape key. So and then we have to give the dimensions. So for the dimensions, I already mentioned that the dimension shortcut key of the dimension is D actually. Let me click on D. And then let us name this dimension, the length of this dimension line. Let me click on here. So let us check the dimension in the image. So with the help of Alt tab, I'm moving to the image actually. So the height is 20 mm. And then from here to here, the total height is 170. So this is 52. So this is 20 actually. So let us give the value as 20. And then the height of this length, it might be of 170. See, actually it moves downwards. this line is not merged with this top portion of the fork actually. So we have to highlight, that is, we have to project this edge, and then we have to make this edge, and then this bottom portion of the line should be coincident. So we have to apply the constraint between this edge and then this line actually. Okay. So let me give escape. So because it is in the dimension option, so with the help of escape key, I'm coming out of the dimension option. So now go ahead with the project option. See, for project also there is a shortcut key. The shortcut key is P. P for project. Let me give type P on keyboard. See, now it has to select the project. It has to select the geometry. Which geometry I have to select. So let me choose the top surface of the hook. Let me click on that one and then OK. See, now automatically the object is the edge is projected actually. So here there's an option called coincident. So the constraint name, it is coincident. So let me choose this constraint, coincident constraint. So I'm going to apply the coincident constraint between this edge and then this line actually. So let me select this edge and then we may apply on this point also. So because for coincident constraint, we have to select, if you select one line means you have to apply one point actually. So between two lines, it is not possible. So between two lines means you have to go with the collinear option. So let us go with the point. Let me choose this edge or this vertex point. So any two vertex points. Let me click on this one actually. See, now it is automatically moved. So we have to give the dimensions still, because see, only the three horizontal lines are converted into black in color. All the vertical three lines are still in blue in color actually. It denotes that it is not constrained fully. It is not constrained fully. It denotes that actually the constraint is only partially applied. Okay. So now let us apply the coincident constraint between this origin and then this line also. See, automatically the line is aligned with this origin point. So then this line, it may not move actually. So let me undo the operations. Let me undo it. Control Z with the help of Control Z. See, if you just move now means, see, the line, it can be moved. This line also it can be moved. So that's why it shows in blue in color actually. So we have to constrain that one actually. For that purpose only, I am applying the constant constraint between the origin point and then this vertical line. That line is going to be at the center and for that revolve actually. So let me give escape. Now again go to the dimensions. So with the help of go to the image. So the dimension between this end to this end, that is nothing but diameter of 75. Then half portion it might be of 75 divided by 2, that is nothing but 37.5. So as like that here the total the major diameter is 52. So we may consider half of the value, that is 26 actually. So let me go to the Fusion 365. Go to the dimension. For dimension, I'm just giving the shortcut key D. Let me give press D, and then let me choose the bottom portion, this line. Let me click on here, and then we have to give the dimension value. So the total diameter is 75. Here we're going to give the radius value. So 75 means the radius, it would be of 37.5. That is, give the value as 37.5. Click enter. See, automatically this vertical line is also turns into black because that is also fully constrained now. Now again, let me give the dimension between these two vertical lines. Actually, the diameter is 52. So half of the value is 26. Let me give the value as 26 and then enter. See, now everything turns into black in color. That represents that it shows that the sketch is fully constrained. Okay, so now my profile is completed. So we have to revolve this. So with the help of revolve command, actually, we have to rotate based upon this axis. Let me give finish sketch option. Let me click on finish sketch. So now I'm turned this view into my home view actually. Let me click on home view. Now I have to apply. Now I have to convert this profile into a solid portion. So for that I'm going to use revolve under create group of the solid tab. Sorry. Let me click on the revolve. And then task by default the profile is already is one actually. Only one profile is there. So that's why it is automatically gets selected. Now we have to choose the axis alone. So axis, let us choose the edge of that sketch itself. The center edge. See now it is getting rotated. Actually, this action type it should be of. So this is a full cylindrical portion actually. So here we can give the action type it as full leg. So that's why the object is automatically rotates for 360 degree. And then the operation. So here the operation by default it is join. So it is a single component. It is a single component. So we have to join this portion with the hook, bottom portion of the hook actually. So all together it may be called as a hook. So that's why we have to go with the join operation. Okay, so this is not a separate body, and then this is not a separate body. All together it is the same component actually. So we have to choose the operation as a join. By default it is join only. So let us leave as it is. So just click on OK now. See, to be able to observe that what are the things what we have created, the same thing it is appear in this timeline. See the first sketch. So let us move. See, actually, this is a timeline dragger. Let me move this one. Just click on. See, move your cursor on the timeline dragger, and then click select it, and then let us move here. See, there is no there is no feature at all. So now the first feature. What is the first feature? The first feature is sketch actually, but it is hidden. See the sketches. It is showing me. See this eye icon. It may be used to hide or unhide the object actually. See, let me expand this sketches. See, only one sketch is there. That is also in hide manner. So if you click on this, the sketch it may be visible. So you can turn off or turn on the visibility of the particular feature with this help of this eye icon. So if you click on again, automatically it may be invisible. Okay. So now the next. So next we had created the plane. See the construction. Plane has been cut. And then the next plane 2. The next. Another one sketch. That is we had created several profiles, right? Let me on everything. So this is first profile. And then the next. So the next profile, let me on this one. So this is the next profile we had created. And then the next profile, this is what we had created. And then the next one, we had created the loft. And then we had applied the fillet in this portion. And then now again we had created the sketch for this portion. The same thing it has been revolved. Now it was converted into solid. So in this way we can check our drawing. In what way the drawing has been constructed. So this timeline is very useful for us. Even for editing purpose also it may be used. See, if I need to edit this loft or edit this fillet, so actually I had applied given 5 mm, right? I have to change that into 10 mm radius. I had applied the fillet radius for the value of 5 mm. Now I have to change the radius value somewhat 3 or 4 as like that. Right click. There is an option called edit feature. Let me click on here. So here the value is. So by default the value is 5 mm here. Now I can change the value as 10 and then click on OK. So automatically the object is modified. So even for modification purpose, this timeline is getting used. So right click and then edit feature. So what are the feature you have to edit? You just right click on that one actually. So just click and then right click and then go to the edit sketch. Even sketch you can edit, or there is the construction plane what which was you have created, that also you can edit that one. So everything you can modify, do the modifications here. Even here also you can do it actually. See, right click edit sketch option is there, and then in bodies, different options. The solid based features it may not come here, but the sketches, constructions, plane, construction objects like planes, axis, so all these features it may appear on the browser actually. Okay. So now I have to apply a hole. So we have to create a hole. So the hole for the diameter of 6 mm. So let us go with extrude itself. Just go with the pitching 360. Let me create a sketch now. So sketch we have to create on this surface. Let me click on here. And then we have to create a circle over here. In this way, we have created the circle. So the diameter is 6 mm, and then the height it may be of 39 mm. So for height, switching the height, you go with the dimension option and then select this edge and then select the center point of the circle. So give the dimension value, it is 39. Another, you just select the circle and then you may get the diameter value. So that should be of diameter 6. See, still it is not turns into black. Why it is? You just press escape, and then if it is not turns into black means you just select that object and then move somewhere else. So check where it can be moved. As like that, you just check it. See, it is not in this center line, center path actually. So we have to make them. How it can we make them? So just click on the horizontal vertical constraint, select the point. Select this vertical edge actually. Let me click on here. So automatically the vertical constraint is applied. Then the circle is turns into black in color. So now just click on the finish sketch because we have completed our profile. Let me click on the finish sketch. So go to the home tab. Okay, now I have to extrude this and then make a hole on this particular surface actually. So go with the extrude option. Go with the extrude option. So whether we have to give the dimensions, actually here it is not needed because so we have to extrude them until the object gets removed, until the whole object, the middle of the whole object maybe gets removed. Okay. So here, what we can go with is the direction. You may go with the symmetric option because on both the directions it has to be the material has to be removed, and then the extent type by default it is distance. So there's an option called all actually. Let me click on all. So if you click on all means until which point the object has been extended. Until that point, in that particular direction, the material will get removed again. See? And then the operation is cut operation. Objects to cut, just expand this one. Only one body is there actually. So that's why it may be get selected. Okay. So the operation is cut actually. If we click on OK. So that's all. So we have completed the whole option also. And then we have to apply thread on this one. So the thread is for how much distance? 75 mm. So let me go with Fusion 360. 75. Okay, just let me go with the create group. So there's an option called thread. Let me click on the thread option. And then it has to select the phases. So in which phase you have to apply the thread. Let me click on this one, this particular phase. So whether it should be for full length, actually it is not. Only for 75 mm, the thread it has to be applied. So you may uncheck this full length. By default, it was checked actually. So let me uncheck this full length. So until how much it has to be threaded. So the length we have to give it actually. So let us change the length value from 10 to 75. So actually the thread type is isometric profile and then the size is 52 and what is the designation, that is M52 into 5 actually. So here already it was mentioned as M52 but they didn't mention about the pitch value. So here the different kinds of pitches are there for 52 mass diameter, that is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5 are there. So based upon your requirement, you may apply it. Okay, because this thread, board, nut, actually these are the things somewhat standard is there. So based upon the standards and based upon your requirement, you have to apply it. Okay, so let me give the default value this value itself M52 into 5. The direction, the thread direction will be a right hand thread or left hand thread. So here it is mentioned as right hand thread, and then just click on OK. See now the thread is also get applied. So in this way we can complete the part. So let us say this one. So previously it was Hook version 1 because we had saved by yesterday actually, right? So let us save this again. Let me click on yes, save. Now again the version description by default was user saved. Let me click on OK. So this is V1. If you click on OK means again maybe get saved. See now the object is renamed to Hook V2. Now the object is renamed to Hook V2. Excuse me. So let us close this one. Any doubts on this one actually? Any doubt on this Hook portion? If you have any doubt, just ask.
Sir, we have on Dr. Nagesh, sir. Sir, I'm unmuting you. Please ask your question, sir. Dr. Nagesh, sir.
Please.
Dr. Nagesh, sir. I think by mistake he fixed it, sir.
Okay.
You can continue, sir.
Okay. So let me share my screen again. So let us move to the lampshade profile. So just go with the lampshade. Oh, sorry, I forgot to share my screen. So yesterday, this is what we had created. So still the base portion is bending actually. So let us complete the base portion now with the help of freeform model. Okay. So after that, we will assemble the base portion here. So that is an easy one actually. So for creating the base, let us create a new file. Okay. So let me click on the file of file menu, and then let me click on new design. See, a new design file has been created with the name of untitled. Okay, now we have to go ahead with the freeform modeling. So for creating freeform modeling, see these are the tabs on several tabs are there actually. Solid surface, mesh, actually different tabs are there. So for creating freeform, here there's an option create form. In create group of solid tab itself. So you can go ahead with the create form option, which is available in the create group of solid tab. Okay. So just click on the create form. So there are a number of default forms are there. That is box, plane, cylinder, quad ball, and then face. So these are the options available, and then some of the modified tools are there, utilities tools are there, symmetric tools are there. So different options are there actually. So let us start with the basic box kind of thing. Okay. So let me click on a box. So when clicking on a box, now the box dialog box getting appear. Now we have to select a plane on which plane we have to create that particular box. Right. So let me click on the this plane. I think. What is the plane? It may be XZ plane. So let me choose this plane. I think. And then now it asks to select a point. So here we have to create a rectangle. So because for creating a box, the box is a rectangular shape. So for if you apply some height for a rectangle, it means you will get a box. Okay. So rectangle is a two-dimensional portion. So if you apply some height for that particular rectangle, it means automatically it may be converted as a box. So here, what I'm going to do is I have to create my rectangle. So with the help of, see, there are different kinds of options for creating a rectangle. So either by center point rectangle or it may be 2-point rectangle. So based upon requirement, you can give it. So let us start with center rectangle, sir. So let's start from the center of origin point. Okay. So let me click on here and then move my cursor over here. See, by default, it maybe shows of length and breadth. So let us give some value on this one. So let us give the value it as what, let me give the value as 25. And then just press the tab key. See, if you press the tab key, automatically it moves from one. So just give 25 and then just press tab key. It moves to the next dimension. Automatically the 25 is locked. See, a lock symbol is appearing beside the 25 mm dimension. So you can't change the dimension now. So that is locked actually. So let me give the value as 30 now. Okay. So if you again apply, if you again click on tab means that 30 is also may get locked. See the lock symbol is appearing on 30 also. And also the dialog box gets increased now. So just I am giving tab, but now the dialog box is getting increased. The length is 30 mm, width is 25, and then the height is by default it has some height actually. The value is 12.5. So here let us change this 12.5 that also into 25. So in this way you can create it. Okay. So let me change this value as 25. Length it is 25. And then the length faces, number of faces, the length it can be splitted. So the length faces means the number of faces you're going to split the length. You can split that length into two faces. As like that, width two faces, height two faces. By default, it was as two faces. So if you need to divide more number of faces, means you can change the value here. 2, 3, 4, 5, as like that, you may increase the value here. So that is not a problem at all. Okay. So let me change the value as 30 of width. So that also can be done here. Okay. And then I already altered the height that it may be of 25 and then height faces is also 20. And then the direction, whether it is one direction or it is a symmetric. So we have to choose it. So by default, it is one-sided. Let us leave as it is. So don't bother about that one actually. Okay. And then the symmetry. Symmetry by default, it is none. But I'm going to change the symmetry. See, if I apply some modification on one end, means the same modification should be applied on other side. So if you apply symmetry mirror means automatically the modification can be done on both the sides if you create the modification on only one side alone. If you do some modification on one side of the part, that then automatically the other side part of the object is get modified by automatically. You need not to do manually. Okay. Okay. Let us give some all the faces as 2 mm. The direction is one sided, and then here symmetry. So here I'm going to apply symmetry as mirror actually. So if you click on mirror, now again it may ask some symmetricity. So hope you understand. So if you just click on the mirror, so in symmetry, you just select the option mirror, and then in which way it has to be get symmetry. So whether it's width or length or height. So let me apply the symmetricity on the width basis. So width only actually 30 mm. So based on the width, it has to be get symmetry. So just to select the mirror on symmetry, you just select the mirror. After selecting mirror, so it may ask to select the width symmetricity. So let me choose the width symmetricity and then click OK. See, the object is getting displayed, but the edges are not get displayed. Why? Because of the display settings. So now I'm moving to change the display settings. Just click on the display settings. So go to the visual style and then make it as shaded with visible edges only. Let me make it as like this. Excuse me. See here, the symmetricity is now visible with the help of the green color line, actually green color curve. So this is the symmetricity of. So based on the width, it maybe get symmetry. So actually the width we have given the value as 30 mm. So now it is symmetry based upon the width actually. Okay. So here we can do the modifications. See, just so freeform modeling is a what you need not to give exact dimensions. It's just of push and pull operations of any kind of objects actually. Okay. So based on that push and pull, you may get some shape. So you can attain the shape based upon that one actually. So just by modifying the freeform features. So just go out with the modify option. Let me click on this modify edit form option. So let me choose this face. See, I'm getting selected on this face. Automatically, the other side also gets selected. So that it shows in somewhat green in color actually. So with the help of control key, I'm just selecting the one more faces. See, automatically the other side of the same faces also gets selected. So the selected portion shows in green in color, blue in color, which was selected manually. Automatically the other faces also get selected, that is shown by green in color actually. Okay. So now I have to edit this one. So I have to attain the shape. The shape, it might be of, yesterday I showed, no? Wait, let me share the screen. Okay, now sharing the screen. See, this is the portion we're going to create now. So this is the shape we have to attain with that freeform model. So with that pop box. So I have to create two leg features on right hand side and one leg feature on left hand side. Okay. So we have to create like this. So now let me switch over to the screen. That is Fusion 360. Okay. How to modify this one? So for modify only, now we are in this. Just let me give escape key. So for modify, what we're going to do, just click on the modify edit form option. And then I have to choose one side surface. With the help of control key, I'm going to choose the other side of the surface. Okay. So now I have to edit this one. So I already said that it may kind of a pressure, that is a push and pull option actually. So as like that, I'm going to pull, but just now I'm holding the Alt key in the keyboard. I'm just holding the Alt key, and then I drag towards rightwards. There is an arrow of right, so just dragging. So this, it can be created. That is, if you do like this with the help of Alt key, and then you may just drag, this means that particular surfaces are getting enlarged separately. So these two faces are separated, and then these two faces separately, but it may be get elongated on the same direction. So we have to give some dimensions here. See, by default, it was somewhat 41 mm as of now. So let me give the value as somewhat 125. Okay. And then let us apply the same elongation. See, now I didn't press the Alt key and all. I just remove my hand on the keyboard. Now just enlarge the portion. So this, let us give the value as somewhat 75. Okay. So if you give 75 mm on towards rightward, means automatically this object is also on the other side also, it may be get deviated because we already applied symmetricity. See, what are the modification you done on the left hand side? The same thing it may be apply on the other side. It would be apply on the other side also. So the modifying on both the sides simultaneously with the help of symmetricity. So this is what happening now. So see, I have elongated one on one direction, X direction, on Y direction. So now I'm just going to the Z direction also. So let me move this cursor towards downwards. See, towards downward means it should be negative value. So let us give the value as minus 50, 50. See, automatically you may grab half of the portion. See, you have created half of the portion. just click on OK. Just click on OK. So let me repeat again this one. Let me undo the options. So go ahead with the modify option. Just select this surface. By using the control key, again select the another face. And then with the help of Alt key, remove the hand from control key. So just really. And then go to the Alt key and then press the Alt key and then drag this arrow mark towards rightwards. And then let me give the value as 125 mm. And then remove the hand from Alt key and then drag this towards leftwards. Give the value as somewhat 75. And then move on Z direction also. Give the value as -50. So all things has been done on the other side, one side actually. So just click on OK. Just click on OK. So now some portion it might be on what towards upwards. Here there is a bend actually, right? So for that we just let me move somewhat with the based on this symmetric angle. So for just line, click on this one, this symmetric line, green color line. Double click on this. So it is not fully selected, only partially selected. So just double click on this side also. So with the help of control key, you just double click on the both the sides. Double click on this. Here. So let me double click on this and then using the control key and then double click on the other side also. See the total symmetric line, the symmetric line curve is get selected. Now I'm going to modify based upon this symmetric curve. See previously we had did the modification based upon the faces. Now I'm going to give the modification based upon the symmetric curve. So just go to the modify option again. The same dragger is appearing for doing some modifications. So here, what kind of modifications so you can do it actually? See here, you can scale and then you can rotate and then you can translate. See the translation also possible, rotation is also possible, the scaling is also possible. Scale enlarge based upon that particular plane. As like that also you can do it actually. So now what I'm going to do is let me move towards upwards just for 5 mm and then click on enter. That's all. So for only for 5 mm, for little bit modification only I did actually. So based on the symmetric curve also you can do some modifications, not only on phases. So based on the curve also you can reach also you may do some modifications. Okay. So now we have to work on the other side of the object. Now we have to work on the other side of the object. So I have to turn my object to the other side. So how it can be turned? So the view cube is there. So this is, can be used to turn the object. Let me choose this particular portion. Let me choose this particular portion. That is this vertex point. Let me click on this point. See now the object is get turned. Here we have to do some modifications. Here we have to do some modifications. So let me choose this surface. And then by using the control key, holding the control key, just select the surface also. So both the surfaces get selected. If you select on one side, automatically the selection it will be appears on the other side also. See now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some modification. Just click on the modify button. The same dragger is getting appear. See on the other side, so on the left right hand side, what we had did is we had pressed the Alt key on the keyboard and then do the modifications for elongations. Since it has to be separated, so this phase it has to be get separation separated from the other phase. But the distance and directions also same. Only thing it has to be do separately, and then this has to be do separately. So that's why we have choose the alt key, right? But here now it is not a problem at all actually. So here the alt key is not needed because this total portion is only going to be get modified. So now let us move this cursor towards left hand direction. See, both the sides it may be get elongated based upon the dragger. So in this actually, but as of now, we had elongated until -65, but this much of distance is not needed. So let me give the value -50. And then let us down this portion. That is also -50. Because on the other side, we had applied 50 mm for downward. So the same thing it can be done on the other side also. So if the dimension may get very mixed, it will not look nice. So the dimension has to be on the same side on the sorry. The dimension should be same on the both the sides. So here the modification on done the other side also. Just click on OK now. Almost our job is over on freeform, but still it has to be modified. We have to do some modifications here. What kind of modifications it has to be done? See, we had created the lampshade. We had created the lampshade. So this pipe portion, where it should be based, this pipe portion should be based on, it should be placed on this base. But here, see, on this left hand side, there is no hole. So we have to create a hole on this surface. Then only we can place that arm over this hole actually. Okay. So how it can be placed? There is no surface. See, if you click on some sketch or doing some drawing, that is also not possible at all because there is no flat surface. See, for sketch, the flat surface it should be needed. Okay, how we can apply it? So we have to create a hole on this surface. So for creating a hole on this surface, first of all, we have to create a plane. Excuse me. So now what I have to do is I have to create a plane. It should be parallel on these surfaces. Okay. How we can create a plane? Already we had seen yesterday to create a plane based upon a path. So today actually this path, plane along path, it may not be used because that is option. It is not procured here. So we have to go for some different options. Okay. What kind of option we can go ahead with? So let me choose plane at angle. Plane at angle. Let me click on the plane at angle option. I'm going to create a plane. It has some certain angle about this axis. About this axis. So actually this axis is z axis. Okay. So let me choose this axis and then apply the angle value. How much? So before giving the angle value, let us move to the front view. Then it is easy to make the angle value and all. So just go out with the front view. So give the angle value as 60°. See it is somewhat very much it's getting deviated. It is not parallel to the surface. So let's give 30 mm 30 degree. See, somewhat it is. See, actually, this orange color line is our plane for the angle of 30. So it is somewhat parallel to the surface, right? So let us give the value as 30 itself. Just click on OK. So plane has been created. So just go to the front view. Here, actually, the object should be above this origin. But here it is some portions are below the origin, right? So for that, what I have to do is I have to select the total object. I'm going to select the total object, unselect this plane. The plane is not needed actually. So we have to choose this object alone. So using the control key, you just select the panel option. So that it maybe gets unselected. So go to the again modify option, click on modify. It may be moved. So just to move the object using the dragger alone. See, somewhat it is placed above this origin, right? Just click on OK. So now again go to the home view. So here is a plane is there. Here plane is there. We have to offset this plane to certain distance. So just go with the modify option. Sorry, modify is not needed. We have to construct one more plane that is parallel to the surface above this surface actually. Parallel to this plane above the surface. So just go with the construct plane again. So there is an option called offset plane. Let me click on the offset plane and then choose this plane which is created by us now. And then just move this arrow mark dragger to some distance. So it is very far. So it should be, so here it is. So here our plane it is. We are offsetted for distance of 58 mm. So that is fine. Just click on OK. Now we're going to create a hole based on this surface, on this plane. So for creating hole, what we have to do it? So it is not possible at all in this form option. There is no hole option actually here. Is it possible to create on solids? Yes, that of course. With the help of extrude option, we can do it. For that, let us give finish form option. Let me click on finish form. Now go ahead with the extrude option, or else hole also you can go ahead with actually. So here, let me go ahead with the extrude option itself. Just go ahead with the extrude. It asks about profile. So first of all, we have to click on profile. We have to create profile, right? So just click on escape and then move to the create sketch option. Just click on create sketch and then select this plane. Select this particular plane. Let me click on here. So we have to create a circle on this area. Just go with the circle option and then pick a point over here. So let me choose the center point over here and then give the distance diameter value. So the pipe diameter is 7 or 7.5, I think so. So let us give the whole diameter it has 8 mm. So we have to, if I need to create a hole of 8 mm means I have to create the circle for 8 mm diameter. So let us give the diameter value as 8 mm and then click on enter. So now the object is, now the circle has been created. Just click on finish sketch. Now again go ahead to the extrude option. See, automatically there is only one profile is there. Automatically it will get selected. So that's why the profile is showing it as one selected. And then under how much distance has to be extruded, actually the direction itself by default it is showing in a wrong manner. So go with the front view and then change that into the other direction. See, by default it is 20 mm minus 20 mm. Let me expand this portion until the whole middle is also get removed. Okay. So the operation is cut. Objects to cut, only one feature is there, that is body one. So only that fusion has to be get cut. So just click on OK now. See, a base portion is created now. Just click on the save button. So how to save the base portion? I have to save it. So let me open my project Lendy Institute. So in that, let me choose day 2 folder. So here I'm going to give it as this. And then click on it. So base version 1 actually. Base version 1. Initially it is base version 0. Now it is converted. After getting saved, it is maybe converted into V1 version. Okay. Now what I have to do is I have to bring the lampshade drawing here. Actually. Now I have to bring the lampshade drawing here. The lampshade drawing is other file actually. It is located on the other file. Let me close this one. Let me close the tabs. Folder. So this is our base, right? Let me click on the same base. Or else we can move this base also to that lampshade drawing. We can move this base also to that particular lampshade drawing. So let us do that one actually. Okay, so let us say this base to base one. Let me close this one. And then now open the data panel and then open the lampshade. Open the double click on the lampshade and then open it. Now, how to bring the base here? So just click on Lendy Institute, day 2. So here our base is there. Select this option. So just select this base, right click. See, there are several options are there. In that, the very second option is insert into current design. Insert into current design. So just click on insert into current design. Now the base is going to be bring into the lampshade point. See, by default it has some dimensions. Just click on OK now. Just click on OK. Or else you can move this also. Go right click base insert into current design. Just move towards downwards. Just move towards downwards and then click on OK. So object is placed towards downwards here now. So we can bring this object also towards upwards. So before that, actually, these two are the different components, right? But here it is saved it as a two bodies. So the lampshade is one body and then arm is one body. But actually here these are the two separate components. These are the two separate components. So we have to convert these bodies into component. So we have to convert these bodies into component. How that is possible actually? So here select the bodies folder, right click, create component. The very first option is create components from bodies. So why we are doing these things? Because we have to assemble the object. We have to assemble the objects, assemble the components. Okay. So for that only we are doing these things. So just click on create components from bodies. See lampshade top one arm, so base. Three different bodies are there. See here the plane is getting visible. Let me switch off the plane then. Conceptual plane. Okay. The lampshade is there, arm is there, and then base is there. And then we have to proceed with the assembly. Let me hide the data panel. Data panel is not needed now. So for moving, you can go with the move option. See, just see with the help of base, see base right click and then move up option. Just click upwards, upwards or downwards. Whatever needed, you can do it actually. Okay, so first let us ground the portion. So let us ground the any one of the portion actually. See, first let me remove this base. Let me delete this one, and then let us bring the base again. So go to the data panel, base, right click, insert into current design. Why I am just inserting into the re-insert again means, because if you insert the object means automatically it moves, it will comes to the origin position actually. See, just go with the front position. See, it may comes to the origin position of that particular component. So that's why bringing to the origin position only, I'm just re-insert the base again. Let me click on OK now. Now again, let me choose these two portions, the lampshade and then arm, and then just move it somewhat upwards. Okay. So then it is easy to convey, easy for assembly purpose. So here the plane is getting visible. So let us switch off the plane. So base plane, right? So just click on expand the base and then unhide the total construction object. Okay. Now we have to ground the base. Now we have to ground the base. So how the object is has to be fixed. So select the base, right click. The very second option on this menu is ground action. So if you click on ground, automatically the object is grounded. The base is get grounded. So based on the base, we're going to assemble the different components to in this assembly. Okay. So now just select the base and then right click and then go to the ground option. Click on ground. See, if you apply ground means automatically a pin based feature, it may be appear on the browser. Now what I'm going to do is I have to assemble the lampshade and then arm. I have to assemble the lampshade and then arm. How we going to do the assembly? See here, in solid itself, in solid tab itself, there is an option, there is a group called assembly. So with this help, you can do complete your assembly here itself. Okay. So go with the assembly option. Go with the assembly option. So there are different kinds of join option is there. Excuse me. Okay. So here different kinds of join option is there. So here for assembling the lampshade and then arm, we're going to use the as-built join. We're going to use the as-built join because already the lampshade and then arm is built is built by join. So it is built as like joining already it is built. So only thing we have to apply joins. We have to apply some joins actually. So for this reason only we going to we can go ahead with the as-built join option. Let me click on as-built join. As built, how they constructed, how you created the object. as like in such a way they're going to join. Okay. So let me, if you click on as will join means it may ask to select the components. Let me choose this one and then let me choose this one. The two components are get selected. You have to apply the motion. So what kind of motions are here? So go into the type option. Just click on this drop down list. So here there are different types of motions are there. One is rigid, another one is revolute, slider, cylindrical, pin and slot, planar, ball. So different kinds of join options are there actually. See in revolute, only a cylindrical based axis. That is only rotation based, rotation kind of freedom would be there. In slider translatory freedom it may be there actually. Translatory motion it can be translation motion would be there. In revolute, rotation motion it may be there. In cylindrical, both the translation and then rotation motion is also be there. Pin and slot, it may be rotated based upon a axis and also move along that particular axis towards up and down. That is pin and slot. And then the planar motion, so if you go to the planar means the object it maybe tends to move along the plane, along the surface. At that time, we have to apply the planar motion. Ball, any kind of cylindrical based object, if you have to rotate that cylindrical kind of motion, means you can apply the ball type of motion. Actually. So here, actually, this two body is going to be fixed. This two body is going to be fixed at that particular point where it maybe get joined. So it has to be fixed. So you have to apply a rigid type of motion. You have to apply rigid type of motion. So after applying the type of motion, you can preview the motion actually here itself. So in preview motion, there is an arrow mark. Let me click on here. So just click on OK. See, maybe fixed on here. Let me click on OK now. See, there is one more option here in browser. Joins is there or there. Expand the join option. Only one join option is there actually. Rigid. What we are applied now. So that is added. Now we have to insert this arm. Now we have to insert this arm on here, on this area actually. But it is not get exactly inserted because it is a curve in nature, but it is a straight hole actually. It is a curve in nature, it is a straight hole actually. So we have to do some modification for this arm. So we have to do some modification for this arm. So how to do this modification? Is it possible to do actually? See, actually here the pipe portion is there and then the sketch portion is there. So just select the sketch. See here the sketch it is. Right click the sketch and then edit sketch. See, you can go to the path of that pipe actually. So here what kind of modification I'm going to do is just going to create a line over here. Line over here for the length of 20 mm, angle of 60°. And then just apply the fillet between these two edges. This and then this edges for 40 mm. Okay. Just click on fill sketch. That's all. Only one modifying we had did actually. But still the pipe is not extended at that particular point. So just go with select the pipe, right click and then go to the edit feature. Edit feature. So now expand it. See the curve is there. Just select that one actually. If you click on that one, automatically the pipe has been extended and then click on OK. Check now. 3. The object is extended. Extended. Now we have to place this portion on this. That it can be done actually. That is an easy one. So how it can be done? Go with the assemble option. Now we have to go with join, not as built join. Now we have to go with join option. Click on join. So just move your cursor here. Move your cursor here. So you have to choose the bottom portion. So already it shows the bottom portion only actually. Just click on here. So now what I have to do is I have to choose the second component where it has to get joined. Second component snap point. So the second component where I have to choose it. So let me choose on the top surface, the whole top face. Let me click on here. See, the object is getting placed at that particular point. But actually, this portion has to be get inserted. So let us give for inserting. What I have to do is the offset value z is by default it was 0, right? So let me give the value as -20, -20. Sorry, actually it is plus 20, not is not -20, it is plus 20. So if you give plus 20 only, it may be get inserted on that particular hole, I think. So we had given the 20 mm length and then click on OK. So in this way, you can create the free form and then assembly also. In this way, you can join with the help of assembly. Let me save this one. Actually, the lampshade assembly, just save this one actually. Save it. So we can bring all the components on one file actually. Actually, here one chain based feature is there for base alone, not for other components, because the lampshade top and then both the components has been created at this environment. But actually the base is not created in this environment. Actually it is created as a separate file, and then we are bring that separate file to this particular file for assembling purposes. For assembly purposes. So that's why the link has been appeared there. So any doubts so far?
Participants, if you have any doubts, please use the hand raise option. We will unmute you so that you can ask your query.
Yes, you can practice. Hope the recording link also would be shared, so then you can easily practice the sessions. That is not
Yes,
an
sir.
issue.
We'll share them. Share them.
So far we had covered solid and then freeform modeling, and also somewhat so lampshade was made in solid and stand today made in foam. So is there any compatibility issue? No, actually it is not. Assembly is fully constrained or not. That it can be do. Is it used? Is it used to create the complicated layer by layer like composite product? Yeah, bodies can be used, right? You can create different bodies. Sorry, you have covered assembly in this session. So what about session after break? The same kind, see solid modeling. See in assembly also we just see only lesser part. So after that, after the break, we can go ahead with the similar kind of assembly, and then one more thing that enable set is there actually. So that thing we have to do it. Yeah, surely we will give more examples. See, for practicing, we have to, the sketch is very, very important actually. So how we going to create the sketch? So for again, we are going with the hook assembly complete portion actually. So we're going to create the hook part, complete hook assembly, and then we're going to assemble the same again. Because one model that it can't be what it is not enough to do that one actually. So contact sets also there. We have to go with that one also. So that is a simple one actually. So you can do it. Yeah, we can do it. The spiral spring and simulate the same. Yeah, that also we can do it actually. Surely we will share the recording session. Mr. Tarun Kumar, surely we will share the recording session.
Participants, if anybody would like to talk, I can please
Sir,
raise your hand. I will use the.
for all types of SolidWorks.
If anybody wants to speak, I can unmute you all. Please use the hand raise option.
Follow the stage files, please mention. Shall we go ahead the spiral spring? Shall we go for tomorrow? That it maybe take only few minutes because today I have planned something,
Yes,
some
sir.
other thing because we have to cover the hook, the same thing. So that spiral spring we will take tomorrow session. Mr. KV Chandan. Okay, sir. Shall we have a small break? So shall we continue by after 11:30, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
10 minutes break.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So now the time is 11:21. So let us have a 10 minutes break and then let us continue by 11:30.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Fine. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. The participants will be breaking for, we'll take a break for 10 minutes and we'll be resuming our session at 11:30. Please note, we will resume our session at 11:30. Thank you.
Yes, we will resume our session. Okay, fine. Now let me share my screen. So we had completed the lampshade, right? See, so hope now you can see my screen actually. See, this is the part we had completed now, and then just we had saved actually. So the lampshade V3, it's named as lampshade V3 version 3. Just now I'm going to change the display settings. Let us go with the display settings option, go with the visual style, and then choose shaded part. See, I'm choosing the shaded part, but some of the joints are getting visible. See, the rigid joint is getting visible, and then the plane is also getting visible. Sorry, this joint also getting visible because the joint is not disabled. It is not hidden. See, just click on this one joints. If you click on this, automatically the joints also get hidden. It's not visible now. So what are the particles you need to hide? You can choose this eye icon. So this eye icon is used to hide or unhide the object actually. See, origins hide, axis by default axis and planes are getting hide, and then joins also get hide. Canvases, that is also get hide, only the shape profile of bring in actually. Sketches, actually it is unhide, but inside it is hidden. See, if you expand this, all these options are hidden actually. So, and then the lampshade. See, this particle in this lampshade top, origin is again hidden, only bodies are getting visible. In arm, the origins are get hidden and then only bodies are get visible. Even the base, origin, and then construction elements are get hidden. Only the sketches and bodies are get visible. And then even this, in sketches, if you expand that, all these sketches are getting hidden. Okay. So as like this, you can view your model actually. So just save this one. So now it may be renamed to V4. See now name V4 is changed now. Right. Let me go ahead. See, go ahead. See the base day. Actually, we had created two folders, day one and day two. Let me go to the our project folder, day one and then day two, and then this is my project list home. So in this project, these several projects are there. We had created a new project yesterday in the name of Lendy Institute. Just double click on this one. And then in that we had created two folders, day one folder, and then day two, another folder. In day one, I had saved lampshade. Yesterday, we had created the lampshade in day one, and then hook also we had created. And then on day two, we had created the base. And then I had reopened the day one file, the lampshade file. In that lampshade, I had insert the day two file, the base, I had insert that file, and then I had assembled the total object and then do some modifications with the respect of assembly and then save it. So the lampshade is automatically saved with the saved as an assembly. Okay, saved as an assembly. The three different parts are there actually because that yesterday's part also converted into the object is also converted into different components. We had created this objects as a body yesterday, but today we had converted these two bodies into two different components. Okay, so as like that we did actually, and then I can share this kind of drawing to you. You also, if you create any kind of drawing, and then you also can share your drawing to myself. How it is possible? So how to share the drawing to other somebody? Okay. So for that, let me choose. Let me choose the hook. Okay. Right click on that particular file. So there is an option called share link. There is an option called share link. Click on that one. See, there is a dialog box getting appeared in the name of share. In this, the first option is share the latest version with anyone using this link. Share the latest version with anyone using this link. So just select this one. So by default, it is not get selected. For selecting, what I have to do is just click on this into mark. See, automatically a link has been generated. Automatically a link has been generated. As like our Google form link. So here this is the model link. This is the model link because it is stored in cloud environment. No, so with the help of that link, anyone can easily access my drawing actually. Let me copy this one. Let me copy this one. And then you can change the privacy settings also, whether the object it can be downloaded or not. Allow item to be downloaded. Require a password to access the link. If you need to secure your link with some password means that also you can apply it actually. So if you click on enable this one, it may ask some password. So you can give some passwords while sharing between some other persons. The password is required to file, open the particular file actually. So if it is not required, anyone can access means you can disable this portion actually. That's not needed. Okay. So you just copy this one and then now I'm going to share. Let us share in our group itself. So Mr. Daniel sir, just give some access to share in WhatsApp group. Mr. Daniel sir.
Hello, sir.
Sir,
Sir, Daniel sir just now went for washroom. Sir, he will come in 2 minutes, sir.
okay, okay, okay. Okay.
Just now he
Sir,
went
who
to
is
washroom,
another
sir.
admin for that FDP group, sir?
Another, sir?
Another admin for the WhatsApp group?
Myself, sir. Gangadhar, sir.
Sir, please give access for me to as give access as admin in WhatsApp
Okay,
group,
sir.
sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello,
Okay. Fine.
sir. You're already group admin, sir.
Now only sir made actually. Danny sir made it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, now I had shared a link in our WhatsApp group. So that is the link of Fusion 3. That is this what hook part. So as like that, we can share it. Even I can share this lampshade. Right click and then go to the share link. The link has been generated. Just click on copy. So you may observe that the link it may be different for each and every part component. Just remember. So in this way, we can easily share our drawing. And then how we can invite somebody to our project actually. So let us show that too actually. So here there's an option here. I had opened the Lendi Institute folder actually, project folder. Two things, day one, day two folder are there, and then different files are there actually. So in this, you can see the data. And then here, there's an option called people. Let me click on people. See, if I enter the email address of anybody means I can invite them to work on this particular folder actually. That is you can work on this particular Lendi Institute folder. Okay, just click on people. Can anyone type your email ID in the chat box? Okay, got it. Enough. Let me take Daniel sir ID, and then now paste his mail ID actually here, and then make it as invite. So mail ID is enough. Mail ID is enough. Lot of members have shared the mail ID. Not need this much actually. It's enough. Let me share my Fusion 360. See, now I had invited one email ID. For the chat box. Not there. and then I invite one more email ID. So just copy the mail ID here and then just click on invite. So I just Mr. Varindra, his mail ID actually. So I'm just randomly choosing some mail IDs and then make them to work on this particular folder. So in this way, we can invite the peoples. Mr. Varindra sir, are you there? Did you receive any mail on this email ID? Mr. Varindra sir, did you receive mail on this email ID?
Sir, I received, sir. Gangadhar,
You
myself.
received. You just try to open that particular file, sir.
Yes, sir. I just opened. I am able to see the contents from in day one and day two, sir.
Okay, you can see the
Project
content
files
of
also, sir.
day one and day two, right? Okay, sir. So as like this, as a as like this, you can see this day one and day two content, and then you also share your particular file to the students also. See, while you are teaching classes, you may create some somewhat new thing in your project folder, and then the file you have to be shared to the students means you can just copy the mail ID and then you can paste it. Then automatically the students may receive your particular file and then they also can work it on those things actually. Okay, so in this way we can do it. Sir, mail ID is enough, sir. Lot of members are posting mail ID. It is not required now. So I'm just asking. I asked for one or two mail IDs. So now it is not needed now. You just kindly not post the email IDs in chat box. Okay. So that's not required now. Thank you. Okay, fine. So in this way, you can invite the other peoples to your particular folder, and then you can see your data. So and then if you need to remove the people means that also possible actually. So select that particular name, and then you just move your icon to here actually this green color, and then here show some remove button is there actually. See, if you click on the remove means automatically the person will get removed from that particular project actually. So you only have to decide whether the access has to be given or not. If you need to remove the access from that particular project folder, you can easily remove it actually. As like this, you can invite n number of email addresses. Okay. So the next thing is we have to go ahead with data sets. So that is contact sets, sorry, not data sets. So we go to see contact sets. See here I'm opening the other file. In day two, I'm just store one more file that is Geneva Drive. Let me open this one. So now the data panel, let us hide the data panel. So it's not required now actually. So this is the data panel. We are okay. This is the Geneva Drive. We are open now. So here, what are the components are there actually? See, just see, frame is there, cross is there, rotor is there. Whether all these objects are a single component, it is not like that, right? How can you say whether it is a single component or not? Because it is an assembly. See, in frame, it shows like this. The L-shaped feature, it shows that it is an assembly. And then even in the cross, this L-shaped feature, right? This L-shaped, it indicates, this icon indicates it is an assembly. Even the rotor is also an assembly. Even the rotor is also an assembly. So just to expand each and every sub assemblies. So actually Geneva drive is an assembly, and then these three sub-assemblies are there. And then I am expanding this frame. Let me expand this frame. See how many objects are there in frame. See, here one object is there, body is there. Here one body, that is fastener. Yeah, here one object is there, and then this object, this object. So this square shape, that is cube shaped object, it indicates that it is a separate component. It is a separate component, or it is a separate body actually. Okay. So this cube shaped icon, it represents that it is a separate component, or it may be taken as a separate body. See, all these five components are assembled in the name of frame one. That is, sorry, it is in the name of frame. So actually this one represent, this is the first occurrence. This one represent, it is the first occurrence. If you bring the same frame assembly one more time, means it may be represented as a 2. That is the second occurrence. As like that, the cross is also there. See, I'm just expanding the cross. See here, again, one body is there and one sub-assembly is also there actually. So if you expand still that one, two more components are there. Okay. And then rotor, if you expand that, a lot of components are there actually. Different components are there. So these are the different components. Okay. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this component assemble here. I'm going to assemble this component in this here actually. Okay. So before getting into that particular assembly, what I'm going to just I'm going to expand this rotor, and then I'm going to make this components, the components of the rotor, as a rigid group. That is, it should not be moved. It should be rotate at even. See, if any part of a component rotate, means or the total component only maybe get rotated, and then the total component only can be translated. What are the motion you're going to apply? The motion is going to be applied on the total component only. So for that, it's going to make that it as a rigid group. So let us go to the assembly. Assemble. So for that, there is an option called rigid group. There is an option called rigid group. Let me choose that rigid group. Let me choose all the components of the rotor. So by using the shift key, I'm just selecting the end of the list. So all the components may get selected. See, by default, the include child components also get selected. Make sure, because even some of the component is depend upon this component, right? So that components also maybe it should be get selected. So make sure that they include the child components. Yes, it was get highlighted. Now let me click on OK. So all the components, all these components, and also the child component of this one maybe get selected, and then that they converted into rigid group. Let me click on OK. Let me click on OK. Now I have to bring this component to here. So for that I have to assemble it actually, right? I have to go with the assembly option. So go with the assembly option and then go with the join. So even for the join, there is a shortcut key J actually. So if you press J in your keyboard, the join option maybe get appear. See, and this is the component. This is the join option. You can see it actually. So how I going to join it is, I have to rotate this component downwards. I have to select the bottom portion. That bottom portion, it has to be fixed on this top portion, top portion actually, top portion of this face. Okay. So for that, I need to rotate it, right? So usually we will go with the rotation. What kind of rotation we will do? How we will rotate actually? So with the help of Shift key, and then using the central scroll button, we may rotate it actually. So this is the usual procedure, we may do it actually. So and also for some convenient purposes, using the shift key and then central scroll button, pressing hold and then rotate. So instead of all these things, we can easily rotate the objects by these view cubes. That is very easy actually. So if you click on here, see, I just come to the home view. So just pressing this corner of this cube. So automatically the downward portion is getting highlighted. It may be get rotated to the downward portion. Okay. So now I have to choose this center point of this base. Now I have to choose the center point of this base actually. Okay, how it can be done? How it can be done actually? Okay, let me show it out. See, if I move this, if I go to select this face means, actually the face is maybe get selected, but it has to be get selected on the base center point because in that particular face, the center point maybe get it as a snap point, and that snap point going to be fixed on what that housing. In that housing, actually, we're going to fix that one actually. So for that, use the control key in your keyboard. Use the by pressing the control key in your keyboard, and then you move the cursor on that particular face. See, automatically that snap point is getting highlighted. By using the control key and moving your cursor on this surface, automatically the snap point is get locked into the cylindrical portion. Just click on that one. So after locking, just click on that face. Just click on that face. See, now the object is get disappeared. That is the component one snap point is fixed. Now we have to choose the component two snap point. So for that, let us go to the home view itself. Now what I'm going to do is just move your zoom the portion and then move your cursor along this. Here also using the control key and then move your mouse on this face. See, automatically the snap point get locked into the center point and then click on that surface. Click on that surface. See, the object is getting pasted. The object is getting pasted. So in this way we can fix it. So let me do it again. Actually, just click on cancel. So come to the home view. So this is the object there. We have convert that this rotor component as a rigid group with the help of rigid group option. Now what I'm going to do is just go ahead with the assembly option. Go ahead with the join. I have to select the bottom portion. For that, I'm just using the view cube. I'm rotating the component. I'm just zooming this portion. See, in Fusion 360, not only in Fusion 360, in any kind of CAD software tools, that is modeling tools, while working, you have to zoom the portion where you're going to work, where you're going to choose some, where you're going to do some operations, where you're going to what, where you're going to choose something or select something. You have to zoom that particular portion as much as possible. Okay, so now I'm just zooming this portion as much as possible, and then I'm pressing the control key on the keyboard. Then I'm just move my mouse on this particular face. Automatically the snap point is get locked in that center point of that face. Then click on the face. Then click on the face. Then remove your hand from the mouse and then key control key also. Okay, that is the snap point of the component one is get locked. Now what I have to do is just come to the home view. Again, zoom this particular portion and then press the control key. Just my cursor is on this particular face. After placing your cursor on this face, you just not don't pick, just move your cursor on this face. That's all. After that, you just press the control key. Press the control key, and then again just little bit move your cursor on that same face. Automatically, the snap point is locked to the center point. Then click on that particular face. Then click on that particular face. See, the object is getting placed, that the object is getting fixed into that portion. Just click on OK. So before that OK, you have to apply a motion, right? So just go with the motion. So what kind of motion? By default, it was there. By default, that type of motion is revolute actually. If you need some cylindrical joint, you can go ahead with. But actually here it is not required. I'm just showing how the joints are made, the motions may get applied as like that. I'm just showing actually. So you can apply what are the base, what are the thing it may be required based upon your requirement. You just apply the joints here, right? So if you apply cylindrical joint, you can give some rotation and also give some slide. That is a translation motion on that particular axis. So actually by default it is the axis is that axis. If you give on y axis means it can be rotate on y axis and also the same component also move about on y axis. If you click on x axis, that it can be rotate based upon x axis and also it can be move along x axis. So if you click on z axis, it can be move along, that is move upward and downward along z axis, and also it may be rotated on the same axis. So that is cylindrical type of motion. But actually here it is not there. And then if you go about pin slot, it may be moved along. See here, if you go to the pin slot, the rotation is on one axis and slide is on another axis. The rotation is about x axis, z axis, and then sliding is about x axis. But if you go for cylindrical portion, the both rotation and sliding both are should be in same axis. Both should be on same axis. If you choose pin slot, the rotation it may be on different axis. You can apply it based upon your requirement. The rotation about on y axis and then move sliding on x axis. The rotation on z axis, but moving on y axis. That's like you can apply in a different manner actually. But it is not same. See, if you click on z axis, automatically move. This sliding is vary to some other axis. So if you move, if you need to move and rotate on same axis means you have to go for cylindrical only. See, by default, the rotation is on z-axis. If you change the slide into z-axis means automatically the rotation is maybe get varied actually. Automatically the rotation also get varied. See here you can choose only two axes, x-axis, y-axis. Here if it is x-axis means here you can choose only x or y, not other axis. Or else you can choose some custom axis. You can represent some other different other than z-axis actually. If you choose y-axis, you can slide only on x and z, not on y. Okay. Okay, here let us apply the revolute joint. So this is the joint we have to apply here. Even we can apply the motion limits. So only this limit it can be moved. For 10 mm or 20 mm only it can be moved. Or else it may be stop at 10 mm. As like that also you can apply the limits actually. So for previewing the motion, just click on this play button. You can see how much how it can be rotated as like that. You can preview the motion here. Just click on OK now. The same kind of revolute joint is applied on this object also. You just click on this object and then move it. See the same. Just click and drag it. Just click and drag it. The object is get rotated, right? Because the similar kind of revolute joint is applied on that area also. See here. This is the revolute joint one. This is the revolute joint two. This is the joint actually. What joint you go? Just now we had applied. This is a joint. It was earlier applied actually. Okay. Okay. How we can simulate that one? Just select this revolute one. Right click, and there is an option called animate joint. Right. Click on the animate joint. Then you can see the animation. So how it can be work as like that. As like that, you can see the revolute joint 2 also. How this it can be moved. even you can just rotate based upon this size also. But actually here it is merged actually. Okay. So we going to do is, see, only this it can be rotated based upon the contact between this pin and then this surface, this white surfaces. Okay. So for that, you have to enable the contact set. For that, you have to enable the contact set. Just go to the assembly option. There's an option called enable contact set. So initially there is no contact sets here. Initially in browser, there is no contact sets here. In browser, there is no contact sets here. So just enable the contact sets now. See, now the contact set is there actually. Contact set in browser is there. If you enable the contact set, automatically a contact set it may be appear here. And then select that contact set, right click it. There is an option called new contact set. There is an option called new contact set. Click on that one actually. Now it has to select the bodies and components. So which are the bodies and components the contact set should be enabled? So let me choose two bodies. Let me choose this body and also this body. So this one and then this one. Just click on OK. Just click on OK. Now that's all. Now you just animate it. Go with the join option. Go with the revolute to right click and then click on animate join. Or else just rotate it. Now it's okay. Okay. See, while contacting alone, it may be get rotated. While contacting alone, if the object is getting contact, then it is getting work. Then it is getting revolved, or else it's stable. For that purpose only, the contact set is enabled. So you can apply. These are the joints. But while animating here, it is not working actually. Yeah. So go with animate joint relationship. So don't go for animate join. So because based upon the relationship, it has to be done. So that's why right click and then go with animation. So just click on escape. See how to animate. Just select the revolute, right click, and then there's an option called animate joint relationship. Just click on this one. See now it is getting rotated. See while the contact is there, then only the object is rotated, the second object. So let me escape, give escape. Let me save this one. Okay, let us check. See, just expand the contact sets. Just expand the contact set. See, you can create n number of contact sets actually. So you are not only you have only one contact set. You may create one n number of contact sets. So just right click on here and then click on new contact and then as like that you can create contact sets, different contact sets actually. Because this is a simple assembly, so that's why only one contact is there. But in some cases, one or two contact sets also needed actually. Excuse me.
Sir, you're on mute, sir.
Excuse me, sir, excuse me, sir. So just I'm surfing
Okay,
for
okay,
one
okay,
file
okay,
at
okay.
once.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now I'm going to open another file actually. How to create a component on an assembly. So let us see that one actually. Okay, how to create a component on an existing assembly. So that it may be comes under what actually we already know actually. In assembly, there are two types of assembly are there. One is top-down assembly and then bottom-up assembly. So in top-down assembly, sorry, usually we will go for bottom-up assembly only. That is bottom-up assembly. We may create several components and then after getting into the assembly environment, we going to assemble the each and every components in that particular assembly. Okay, we may bring each and every component to that particular assembly and then make them assemble, and then we may convert that into it as a assembly actually. As like that only we are doing. So that is bottom of assembly. So while in reverse engineering process, that is ulta. That is we are going for from top. We are going for top down assembly. That is we going to create component based upon the assembly. So design of jigs and fixtures is as like that. So because the design of jigs and fixtures are holding components, right? So we have to create component. We have to create jigs and fixtures based on the component and then based on the machine which is available already. So we have to create the holding devices based on that actually. So we have to create a component based on the existing assembly. So as like that we have to create. So that is it comes under top-down assembly. So we're going to create the component and then we're going to create the component based on the assembly and then we're going to save that particular component as a separate file. As like that we're going to do it. Okay. So as like that, how we going to do in Fusion 360? That we have to know, get to know it. So because while considering assembly, we have to know about that one. Okay. So let me open that particular file. For opening or uploading any kind of file, actually just go to the file, open or upload as like that. Okay. Let me upload. So where going to be upload? Location, where the location may be the lendings to day two. Here only I'm going to upload one particular file. So go to select files option. So there is a folder called date. Oh, sorry, here there is an file called create component. Let me choose that particular file and then click on open. See now the file is going to be get upload. If you click on upload, just click on upload. Here you can see the status, how far it is uploaded. As like that, you can see the status, job status actually. So now it is getting uploaded. So this is a simple file. So it may take only a few seconds. See, now it is get uploaded. The job status is completed actually. Just click on project. So upload complete, open design. Upload complete. If you need to open design, yes, open design. Just click on open design. Actually, this component has several files, so it maybe get some time. This is a saw assembly actually. This is a type of saw assembly. Here we have to create a component by connecting this moving part of the blade and then this rotating part with the help of gears or motors actually. So this is rotating based upon the motor. The more from motor the gear is using with the help of gear. The rotating it can be transferred. It is reduced, and then here we have to connect these two portions. So for that I need to create one component. For that I have to create one component actually. But here see lot of n number of components are there actually. So all these components are needed to create this one actually that is not needed. So we have to hide different components. We have to hide several components. After that we have to go for some other what based upon needed actually. Okay. Okay. Let us select these things. So what are the components it needed actually? Okay. Large spur gear. So these are the components we needed actually. So let me choose the large spur gear and then this gear shaft and then this rod pin. Rod pin is essential actually. So based on the rod pin only, we have to create one component that is connecting rod actually. So we're going to create connecting rod between this rod and then this blade assembly. Okay. And then choose, see by I'm choosing with the help of control key because I'm choosing multiple components, right? So I'm with the help of control key, I'm just choosing. So actually this is blade holder assembly. So blade holder assembly and then these four components. I think this is enough. All other components are not needed actually. I think this is enough. All other components are not needed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to isolate this one. So from COVID, actually this name is getting famous, right? That isolate. So just right click on it. There is an option called isolate. Let me click on this one. See, these components alone get isolated from all other components. Only these components are visible actually. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to create. So actually the whole assembly is now activated, but now I have to create a new component, right? So go to create. So there's an option called new component. There's an option called new component. Let me click on this new component. Now it has to select, give some name actually. So let me give the name it as connecting rod. Let me give the name it as connecting rod. So it is a type of standard element actually. It is not a sheet part. So it is a solid part only. So and it is internal part. Whether it has to be activated, yes, it has to be activated. If you click on OK, all other components are getting deactivated. See, just click on OK. See this object which is isolated, that also it is get deactivated because we had activated the connecting rod. So that's why these objects are getting deactivated. Okay. So no issues. Even though these components are deactivated, but it appearing slightly. It's appearing slightly actually. But somewhat transparent manner it is getting appear, right? So let me go ahead with create path, sorry, construct. So go to construct option and then choose mid plane option. I'm going to create a plane between these two faces, this face and then the bottom face actually. Click on mid plane, select the top face it was somewhat visible actually for me. And then I'm just rotating. I'm just choosing the bottom surface. See, a plane is getting created between these two faces. Between these two faces, a plane has been created. Click on OK now. Go to the home view. A plane is there. So usually how we create sketch actually, usually we will go for create sketch, right? So instead of that, what I'm choosing some other way. That is, I'm just click on the plane and then right click on the plane, right click and then click on create sketch. So this is the option I'm getting actually. Now what I have to do is I'm going to project. So click on project option because I have to create a component based on this one actually, based on this blade and then based on this portion actually. Okay. So click on the project and then choose the inner part and choose the inner part. Click on here and then click on OK. And the same time, you just click on here also, this innermost part. Okay. Now the two edges are get projected. Now again go with the circle option, just to create two circles over here and on the other side also. So just give the value as 20, create, save. Just 20. Create a line on center to center point actually. And then convert that into, yes, it is not actually object, it is like a construction element. So just select that line and then convert that into construction element. Select that line, the sketch palette is there, line type is there. There is an option called center and then construction. So just click on construction. Automatically the object is converted into construction element. Again click on offset, go to the offset option, just click on here. So I just want creating an offset line for the distance of 5 mm. For the distance of 5 mm. Just click on OK. Go to the offset again and then click on here. Now just give the value as 5. Just flip the direction. Just click on flip direction and it automatically moves to the other side. Just click on OK now. Now these portions are not needed now. Just go with the trim portion. Trim. Just remove these portions. It's not needed now actually. Just click on finish sketch. Actually, it is not fully constrained. No worries. So just we are creating some for what? For class purpose only. So I didn't go for full pakka manner actually. Not fully constrained. Okay. So now I just go ahead with extrusion part. See, for extrusion also, for instead of extrude, there is an option called press pull. There is an option called press pull. Just click on this surface where that you need to convert into extrude. See, if you click on the press pull and then select this particular portion, automatically you may extrude the feature, extrude the profile. Whether it should be one-sided or double-sided, it should be double-sided. Just go with the double-sided option, symmetric. Whether the measurement length is half length or it may be whole length, it should be half length and then the distance it may be of 6. So then it automatically totally it may be of 12 mm. The total height it may be of 12 mm. Just click on OK. Whether it is a new body, yes, of course it is a new body. Just click on OK. Now the sketches also get disabled. Now the sketches also get disabled. I have to activate what? I have to unguide the sketch. So just expand the connecting rod. Just expand the connecting rod. Drag down. Scroll down now. Expand the sketches. By default, the sketch is disabled. Just enable it. And then again go ahead for extra press pull option. Press pull option. Just select this portion. Actually, the projected portion is not highlighted actually. Okay, let us edit the sketch. Select the sketch, right click, go with the edit sketch. So it is not exactly projected. So go with the projection again and then choose the edge and then click on OK. Okay. Now again click on finish sketch. Come to the home view. Again go with the press pull option. Choose this surface. Sorry, it is not edge. Go to the press pull. Choose this edge surface. See, now it is get highlighted. This time go to the front view. This time I'm going to the front view. See, I can't give 6 mm. See, if you go with the symmetric, as like you did on the other side, if you go for symmetric means you can't go for 6 mm extrusion because it might be collide with some other objects also. Okay, so you can't go for 6 mm. So go for two-sided option and then reduce until which it might be extruded. Okay, so here we can extrude until 4 mm until, see here, and from here actually some other objects are there actually. It should not be collide with that one actually. So we had given 4 mm actually extrusion, and bottom also we had given only 3 mm extrusion because here also one more object is there. It should not be collide with that one actually. So bottom 4, sorry, towards upwards 4 mm and then towards downwards 3 mm. So that's why here in direction it is mentioned as two-sided. So in one side different distance and the other side the different distance. The side one we had given it as 4 mm and side 2 we had given it as 3 mm actually. Just click on OK. Now go to the home view. In this way we can get it. So again go ahead with the press pull option. Again go with the press pull option. Just go with the press pull. Click on press pull. Just click on the face, center face, middle face. So here you can go ahead with symmetric portion. So go to the front view. Here you can go ahead with the symmetric portion. You can increase size as like this. Just I am giving 3 mm or 2. So based on requirement, you can give it actually. So just let me give it as 3 mm. So whether the operation is joined, yes, of course, it has to be joined with this face and then this face. So the operation, it should be join only. Okay. So join only and then just click on OK. Home view. So we have to apply some fillets. We have to apply some fillets actually. See, without going with extrude, we are using extrude. Sorry, we are extruding with the help of press pull option. That is available in modify. Okay, so just go with the press pull option again. So let us choose the edges. How the edges can we choose? Let me choose this edge. Okay, fine. One edges has been chosen. So we have to choose all these 4 vertical edges. So this vertical edge, here one more vertical edge is there. Here one more vertical edge is there. So we have to all these 4 edges actually. Okay, how to, so with the help of rotation, with the help of view cube, just click on this corner. Using the control key, choose this edge. Another corner. Using the control key, choose this edge. This corner, control key, this edge. For all these 4 edges, by using the control key, I am selecting the all 4 edges. Using the control key in keyboard. Okay, so then only can add the edges here. Okay, now I have to choose the radius for this one. So let us give the radius value as 5. Yes, okay, it is fine. And then shall we add some edges, other selection set? Okay, yes, click on here. What are the other selection set? Let me click on here. This edge. Other edge, go to the bottom portion. and then choose this one, and then choose this direction and choose the bottom portion here. Actually, here the bottom portion is not there because it is flat end actually, so it is not needed now. So move to the top portion. So this area. So actually it is the face is getting selected actually. So I'll select this one, add this edge, and then choose this bottom edge, top, and then this edge. So three edges has been get selected, and then give that value as 3 mm. So is this fine? Yes, of course, just click on OK. So in this way, we are creating the cutting rod. In this way, we are creating the cutting rod. Okay, still the object, it is not over actually. So we have to create some of the portions here. So we have to subtract certain portions here. So for that, let us go for sketch option, create sketch, choose the top surface. What I'm going to do is I'm going to offset the edge. Let me offset this edge actually. So the total surface that it can be offsetted to for minus 2 mm. Click on OK. So this portion I'm going to be removed actually. This portion are going to be removed. Just go ahead with the press pull again. Choose this portion. I have to remove right. So the operation might be of cut. So towards downwards. Go with towards downwards option. And then what is the distance we have to remove the material? So let us choose minus 1 mm. That is fine actually. Let us choose minus 1 mm itself. And then the operation cut objects to cut. So objects to cut, only one object is there, that is body one, then let it be there actually. Just click on OK. See one side, some of the portions has get removed actually. So we have to mirror on the other side. We have to mirror this on the other side also. So for that, go with the modify option. Sorry. We have to go ahead with create option. We have to go with create option. So we have to choose mirror option here. So let me choose the mirror option here. So it has to select the object. So let me choose this object. Extrude 4. Let me click on this one. Okay, sorry. Here by default it is bodies. Let me choose features. So if I have to choose some extrude feature means I have to change it. So just choose features. So and choose this extrude feature alone, or else you can choose it from drawing itself. So let me choose this feature. Okay, and then I have to choose the mirror plane. Let me click on here. Let me click on here, and the plane where the plane it should be, where the plane it is. So you can see that in this construction area because we have created the plane using that construction element, right? So you can see that plane in this construction area. Just let me click on expand this portion. So this is the plane, that is plane 1 5. Let me unhide this one, or else you just choose it. So actually it is not there. Let me unselect it. Where these, wait, let me check it out. See, plane one is here actually. Plane one is here actually. So go to the create mirror. So I have to change that object type into features. Select this particular feature. I have to choose the mirror plane. Select this particular plane. Where it is located actually. Or else let us create a one plane. That is not an issue. Just go ahead with the concept and then choose mid plane option. Choose the top surface using the view cube. Let us rotate to the downward direction and then choose the bottom surface. And then you may get a plane here and then click on OK. So this plane it might be available in the content node itself. So if you expand this, you may see the plane here. The plane one is here actually. Okay. So this plane it can be. So here the plane it is. Why I'm choosing some other planes? Okay. Go ahead with the mirror option. Create mirror actually, and then here the features. Choose the extrusion feature, and then for mirror plane, choosing this plane one. See, the plane one is enough. Plane two is not needed actually. Just click on OK now. And then let us delete the plane two. That is not needed, right? So let us delete the one. Okay, now you can see it. See, on both the sides, some of the portions is removed actually. So actually it is not clearly visible, but because we had we are given the display setting as shaded alone. So let us go with the shaded with visible edges. Then you can easily see the portion. Okay. So in this way we can create the component. In this way we can create the component in an existing assembly. So still it is not over actually because we have to remove some of the portions here actually. Because this container or cylindrical portion is merged with here. So we have to remove the portion. So how it can be done? Okay, go ahead with the create sketch option. Go ahead with the create sketch option. Let me choose this surface. Let me choose this surface. Just click on the surface. Go ahead with the project. Go ahead with the project option. And then let me choose this surface alone. Just click on the surface. Automatically all the edges of the surface it will get highlighted. Click on OK now. Go ahead with the offset option. Choose the projected edges. So just offset for 1 mm. So by default it was 1 actually. So let it be there actually. Just click on OK. So we have to remove this portion alone. We have to remove this portion alone. Okay. So for that, what I'm going to do is just click on finish sketch. So move to the press pull portion and then we can choose this portion alone. See, let me choose this area. Let me choose this area alone. Click on this one. Not only that, actually, here we have to remove this portion also. See here, this portion also we have to remove. Just click on this also. Okay, so these two portion we have to remove it. Okay, it surely it is a cut option. Operation is a cut option. So let us rotate into home view. So let us expand it until which portion has to be direction. Let us give it as a symmetric direction. So the object is getting removed. If expand is, if you give some expansion, automatically the object is getting removed. But actually, this is the way we have to remove it. Yes, of course, this is the way we have to remove it. But whether it is exactly removed or not, we have to check it. So it also removes the portion of this holder assembly. So you should not cut the holder assembly. It should cut only the cutting rod. It should only contain the. It should remove the material from only cutting rod. So the cut, it should be processed only on the cutting rod, right? So there is an option called objects to cut. Expand this option. See, there are two bodies. One is cutting rod and another one is reciprocating holder assembly part. This material should not be removed. Only the portion which is available in the cutting rod alone, it should be removed. So let me remove this one. Objects to cut on the body of one, which was available in the cutting rod. That portion alone should be removed. Just click on OK now. See, only the portion which is available on the cutting rod alone, now it is removed. Just come to the home screen. So we have to resume to the assembly, right? So just choose the same components, which we already created, right? Just choose the same component. Select all this. Right click and then click on unisolate option. Click on unisolate option. By default, the cutting node is activated. See, all these are visible now, but it is in a transparent manner because all these components are deactivated. Only the cutting node is activated. Okay. So we have to activate the whole assembly. So in create component, there is a circle, right? Just click on there. If you click on there means the whole assembly will get activated. So here the object is, our cutting rod is there. So we can hide the unwanted things. So just expand the cutting rod. Construction element that is not needed, just hide it. Sketches also not needed. See, the cutting rod is there. Now we have create a component in the assembly which is existing, in the existing assembly. In this way we can create assemblies. In this way we can create assemblies. So just save this one. Just click on OK. Sorry, some technical issue in my system. So the Fusion 360 is get closed. Any doubts?
Okay, sir.
So let me reopen. Until if you have any doubts, you may ask. You can just raise your hand. Sir will, Mr. Daniel sir will unmute your mic and then you may ask some doubts. Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. Sir, like in
Sir.
other softwares, each component will have different axes. In this Fusion 360, we don't have any axis for each component.
Yes, we have
Like
different
you are
axes.
assembling in
In
contact with
origin, we
surface or
have different axes, right?
you are assembling using the only contact surfaces, I think.
You can do axes also. I
Yeah,
am
that
using the
axes are not.
contact surfaces. I am doing the contact surfaces, but you can use
Yeah,
that
contact surface.
axis also. Each and
Yeah, we have.
every component have different axes and then planes. See,
Yes, yes.
for every component, there might be some origin, right? And
Yes,
then in
definitely.
that origin, based on that origin, you have different axes and then different planes. X, Y, Y, Z, X plane is there actually.
Yes.
Here I had did based upon the surfaces because the based on
Okay.
the surface only can be get connected. No? So that's why I just
Yeah, the
choosing
contact surface will be
surfaces
different.
of them. Yes, of course.
Okay, means in the assembly we have to drag the different items and we will place in different locations. After that, we can just simply contact with each other.
Yes, of course, sir.
Yeah, that's what you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Sujit, is there also offset constraint? Offset constraint, yeah, has actually. In assembly, right? We have offset constraint also. Actually, we had seen that what joint portions alone, we didn't see the constraint part. In constraint, we have offset constraint also. We can do it.
Anybody else would like to ask any more questions? If you have any questions while doing your model, you can actually post it in the chat, the WhatsApp group as well. Sir will be able to take your questions there as well. Sir is also in the group.
Yeah, if you have any doubts, actually you can share in WhatsApp group also, and I will reply you. Yes, sir. Dr. Nanduri, sir. Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
You unmute.
Sir. Yes, you can
Yeah.
do.
Like in other softwares, like in just Geneva mechanism, you have shown that angles part in SolidWorks, let us say, we are able to give the SHM or another types of motion we can predefine. Like in you have done with the rotation in Geneva mechanism and the angle of rotation. Can that be done in this one? And can we have one example on based on that one?
Sorry,
Like
about
in
what?
cam and follower mechanism, can we give up to 30 degree, 90 degree, 60 degree like that one?
Yeah, that you can apply limits. So 30 degree
Yeah,
maximum.
that is what we have. Like in Geneva mechanism, RPM also we can set, and angle of rotation also we can set. Just you have shown that one. We have done only assembly and you have rotated that part. Okay, that's good. But
Yes.
can we do the based on RPM also? The whole motion and mechanism, and we can do it. Hello, sir. Can I am audible?
Yes. I'm getting you. I'm getting you. I'm getting you. That is, you are asking about the rotation speed, whether we can
Yeah,
use
yeah,
it
that's
possible
correct.
to.
Exactly. Because in SolidWorks we have that option, like in cam and follower mechanisms we have. If you give
Yeah,
the
here also we
cam
can do
rotation,
it actually, that it can be done in motion study. Tomorrow I
that
will
okay.
show it up.
Yeah, that is a different part of this one. Means in
Yes,
assembly,
yes,
after
yes,
that we have to go to that.
yes.
Okay, fine. Because
Here only we are going to do based on this, it has some process, that's all. I'll
oh,
show
it
it.
has a provision.
Yes.
Okay, means like in SolidWorks we can also like animation we can record it for the 30 seconds or 10 seconds. That can also
Yes, of
be
course.
generated from this.
Yes. That it
Okay,
can be done, I will show it to you.
that can be done after assembly.
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you.
Any other clarifications or queries or doubts?
So I think that'll be it, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, fine. Okay, so today's task, let me post in chat box. So day 2 task is create a slider mechanism. So create a slider mechanism actually. So the same thing and posting in our WhatsApp group also.
Okay, sir. Dear participants, please note that the feedback link has been posted in the WebEx chat box. Please kindly fill the same. Thank you.
So day 1 task also I reposted in WhatsApp group.
Okay, sir. Sir, will that be all for today, sir?
Yes, sir. That's all. Sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Dear participants, thank you once again for participating in the second day of the 1 week online faculty development program. So please note that the feedback link has already been shared in the chat box. Please kindly fill it. It will be active only for a couple of minutes. Please try to finish the assignment also. These are just simple assignments. If you're having any issues with installing the software or any doubts, you can post a question in the chat box or the WebEx group. We also have the Telegram group and the WhatsApp group also. You can post the questions there. Dear participants, we will meet again tomorrow morning online at the same time, 10 a.m. Tomorrow, sir is going to teach about assembly motion studies, and we'll also be talking about generative design with the overview, setup, solving and filtering. So please make yourself available tomorrow as well. Thank you very much for participating today. See you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.